All right, Small Axe people, it's your boy Nico, and I am back with another epic episode of the Small Axe podcast. Remember, I am your go to operator if you're looking to invest in multifamily real estate. I am your go to educator and coach if you're looking to get involved yourself and start buying apartment buildings yourself. You can go to my Stan store, stan.store/buy buildings to get a ton of free resources along with paid resources, tips, tools, products, everything that you need to get started in multifamily investing today. And today's episode is about why most people quit before their first deal. Most people don't quit in this business because they're not capable. Rather, they quit because what they thought this was going to be and what it actually is are two completely different things. When people first come into multifamily, there's a lot of excitement. They're listening to podcasts, watching videos, maybe even joining programs or groups or Facebook groups, maybe even just thinking in their head over and over and replaying how lucrative it can be or how prestigious it is to own multifamily apartment buildings. It feels like there is a clear path. Learn a few things, analyze some deals, talk to a few brokers, raise some money, and you're in. You have a deal. All the deals out there that are marketed by Marcus and Millichap, Colliers, JLL, all these big groups, Franklin Street, they're all out there, and all these deals are so good and they're making everybody super rich. And the only reason why you can't buy them and become super rich yourself is because you don't know how to. But that's not the truth. You'll find out if you start getting into this game that once you start doing some work, once you start looking at deals, once you start really understanding how to analyze opportunities, you'll find that most of the opportunities, quote unquote, are not opportunities unless you get them at a certain price point and unless you know how to operate them properly. And that is a really challenging thing. And then it goes back to even if you do get a good deal, multifamily is a long game. You're not going to be rich overnight. So once I set these expectations up front for people, and I have that first conversation with people that are super gung ho about getting involved in multifamily real estate, a lot of times they back out. Now, if you make it past that first filter of mine where I'm like, hey, this is the reality of investing in multifamily real estate, and you start going down the path, you might find out on your own as well that it's not as easy as you think. Or maybe you're just not cut out for it, or maybe it's just not what you thought and you might not like it anymore. So once you start getting involved yourself and you start doing work, you start reaching out to brokers and you don't hear anything back. Or you get on the phone and you don't really know what to say, and brokers write you off. They look at deals and nothing seems to pencil, nothing seems to make sense. You start learning how to underwrite and you realize that it is kind of challenging and you don't know the rules of thumb. And then maybe you do know how to underwrite and you're looking at deals and none of the deals are making any sense at all. Numbers don't work, rents don't support the price, expenses feel all over the place. And the daily news titles day to day will get you all jammed up thinking that the world is going to collapse and end. And fear starts to take over. And even if you pass all this and you're still looking at deals and you start to understand things a little bit better, you might realize that there is still a long way to go before you actually are ready to close, own, and operate a deal. So the gap between expectation and reality is where most people start to fade out. And it's not dramatic. People don't usually make a big announcement that they're quitting. It just kind of happens. They slowly stop showing up, they stop underwriting, they stop reaching out. Life gets busy, things get unclear, and the momentum disappears. And honestly, it's understandable. I don't think this business is for everybody, and I don't want everybody doing it. Otherwise, it would be impossible to get deals. And again, this is not a quick game. It's not designed to give you fast feedback or early wins. You can put in months of effort with having nothing to show for it on paper. No deal, no income, no big milestone that makes you feel like you're making any progress at all. So motivation ends at some point. And what has to take over is your discipline, your ability to have delayed gratification, right? And wait for something and understand that this is a long game, especially if you came into this thinking that this game was going to change your life quickly. That just doesn't happen. So even if you get into a deal, it usually doesn't look the way you had imagined. You're not suddenly financially free. You're not sitting back collecting checks. And in many cases, you're dealing with operations, unexpected expenses and vacancies and delinquency and financing pressure, turnover, chaos within your team, and so many more things. And you're learning in real time. And that's when it becomes like, oh boy, what am I doing here? So multifamily is a long game. I say that all the time. And when I first got involved, I didn't think so either. I was like, I'm going to syndicate a deal. Look at this NOI. This NOI is $250,000 a year. I am going to be rich. But remember, we don't keep that NOI. And once I realized that, I was still very interested in multifamily because I truly love multifamily real estate. And it's not for everybody. If you don't truly love it and you don't truly love hard work, discipline, grit, being resourceful to get deals done, being resourceful to find deals, being resourceful to operate deals. If you don't understand this and don't love this, and you don't have that delayed gratification built in and wired inside of you, then you're just going to quit and burn out. And I got to be clear with you guys, it is okay if you do that. Not everybody's cut out for this. I'm not trying to beat anybody up here. This business requires a certain level of patience, consistency, and tolerance for uncertainty that not everybody wants to take on. There are a lot of ways to build a good life and make money. This is just one of them. But where I think people get themselves in trouble is jumping in without understanding what they're signing up for. If you're going to step into this industry, in this multifamily world, you should know ahead of time that it might take a year or two just to get your first deal. Remember, it took me 3 years to get my first deal, 1 year to get a co sponsorship opportunity. And I was only able to get that co sponsorship opportunity because I was involved in a heavily active ecosystem and community of multifamily investors that were doing deals. And this was the hottest time of the market in the past 15 years. In reality, it could take a lot longer. You should expect to look at a lot of deals that just don't work. I'm talking anywhere from 80 to 120 deals that you have to look at, analyze, that will not work. You should expect conversations that go nowhere with brokers and other investors and sellers. You should expect to feel very uncertain and unsure. This is a business of entrepreneurship. This is not a simple and easy game. People who break through are not the ones who had everything figured out from the beginning. They're the ones who stayed in the process long enough to get better. If that's you, if you're somebody that's going to keep showing up, keep building relationships, keep putting in the reps, even when there's no immediate payoff, even when you get knocked down many times over before you see any wins, then you can likely win in this game. Over time, things start to change. Conversations will get easier, guys. Brokers will start recognizing your name. They might give you an opportunity for a deal, meaning they might choose you as a buyer. Deals will start making more sense. You'll understand how to underwrite them quicker. You'll move a little faster, a little bit more confidently. You'll start really kind of grasping what the game is about. And eventually, you will put yourself in a position to where a deal actually comes together. But that only happens if you're still in the game. So if you are listening to this and you're thinking about just getting started, just please, I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to ask if you're willing to go through that early phase where it is terrible, it is slow, it is hard, it is uncertain, there are no wins. And if you're willing to show up without those immediate results, you can possibly win here. So this can be a good path for you. It can absolutely change your life and your family's life. But if you're looking for something quick, something more predictable, something that can give you faster feedback, faster returns, there's nothing wrong with choosing a different route. Maybe that's the stock market. Maybe that is fix and flips, or maybe it's just buying a business. Maybe it's buying a franchise, or maybe it's just finding a side hustle and getting a little extra cash for your family. So the goal is not for you to force this. The goal is to understand clearly what it takes to be a multifamily investor and then make a decision that you can stand behind. Because once you're involved in this, the only way it works is if you stay in it. So, yeah, it's okay to dabble in it and try and give it a shot for a few months and see if you like it because you're going to get beat up over those few months and it's okay and it's normal. You're going to be confused and it's okay and it's all normal. And after those few months, if you're still waking up excited to look at deals, if you're still waking up super stoked on getting punched in the mouth, then maybe this is for you. So, for everybody out there who is interested in getting involved in multifamily real estate today, go check out my multifamily machine. It is the best, most affordable, most comprehensive course that you can buy today. It's in my Stan store, stan.store/buy buildings. Check it out. And if you're just looking for more deals and more deal flow, please reach out to me because I'm always looking at deals, always looking at opportunities. If you're looking to partner up, reach out to me, DM me. If you're looking to get involved as a co sponsor, a co GP, please hit me up. I'm always looking to partner with cool people. So, again, guys, this industry is not for everybody. I want you to go in expecting the worst, expecting to get beat up. And if you can make it out on the other end, you can be a multifamily investor.